we had the opportunity to recite these verses, starting with Jayatam, Suradopangod in Jaipur, because all those three deities were there. Jayatam, Suradopangod, Manda, Materagati, Matsarvasa Padam, Bhuja, Radha, Madan Mohan. So we went to Karoli, and there we saw the beautiful form of Madan Mohan. And Madan Mohan was very merciful to us, so the darshan kept going and going and going. Darshan was not stopping only. And Shantivardhan Prabhu, Krishna Premanand Prabhu, Baba, their kirtan was going on. And then Madan Mohan is when Vajranab got these three deities carved after Krishna concluded his pastimes 5,000 years ago. So he wanted to check that how accurate are these deities. So the only living person at that time, बहुत कार्लेंट एक्सटेसी में है, धागा हो गया आज तो फट भी गया. Hare Krishna. So Mother Uttara was the only person at that time who had seen Krishna, who was still there, present physically. So he called Mother Uttara, all the three deities. So when she saw Madan Mohan, she said that this exactly resembles the lotus feet of Krishna. And so I don't know how many of you, those who came, we saw Madan Mohan's feet were very chubby feet. So that resembles the feet of Krishna. And then when she saw Gopinath, she said that resembles the upper body of Krishna, the chest and everything. And then when she came to Govind, she covered her head with pallu and covered her eyes. Why? Because Gopinath's face looks exactly like Krishna. So, Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadaha, in the forest of Vrindavan, Srimad Ratnagara Simhasanasto, on a golden throne, Simhasan, Ratnagar Simhasan, on the golden throne, Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Deva, Radharani and Govinda Deva seated, Preshtalini Sevya Manav Smarami, offer my service and obeisances to them. And Shriman Rasa Rasarambi, Vamshivata Tatastha. Gopinath was found at Vamshivat. We saw in that temple that beautiful painting of Shriman Madhu Pandit finding Gopinath. So when these deities were found 500 years ago, Gopinath was not found. Govindji Rup Goswami found, Madan Mohan was found by Sanatana Goswami. Nobody found Gopinath. Now they knew that there were three deities. So Gopinath kidhar hai? So Madhu Pandit, he searched and searched and searched and searched, nahi mile. So then he said, I will sit in this Vamshivat and I will fast to death if you don't reveal yourself. On fasting days we think यार रात को 12 बजे तक फास्टिंग, अभी गौर पूर्णिमा आएगा सैटरडे फ्राइडे को, सनसेट तक फास्टिंग है. It's so much this at least I think like that. I think like that, especially if you do nirjal, then it's even more difficult, especially when you're doing service, when you're engaged in service. Actually when you're engaged in service it becomes easy, because if you're fully busy then you don't come to know. And then Madan Mohan revealed himself in the forest of in Vamshivat, so to Madhu Pandit. Sorry, Gopinath. Gopinath revealed himself to Madhu Pandit. So this Friday is Gaur Purnima, the appearance day of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is actually New Year for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So we wish each other Happy New Year on Gaur Purnima day. There are actually many New Years apart from 1st Jan. Gudi Padwa will come. Then so many, na? Pongal is New Year. Onam, which is New Year? Both are New Year. Both are. So many New Years are there. But 1st April is New Year for financial books. Gaur Purnima is New Year for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So if you see our calendar also, that Vaishnav calendar, it starts from 1486. 1486 is the appearance, the year Mahaprabhu, according to English calendar, the year Mahaprabhu appeared, and then it's 530 something years. So 538 years. So we all know all these things. We know the external reasons why Mahaprabhu appeared to propagate Nam Sankirtan. We know the internal reasons why Mahaprabhu appeared to experience the mood of Srimati Radharani. We know that Mahaprabhu, every yuga has a yuga dharma, and Kal Yuga has dharma of Nam Sankirtan. But not every Kal Yuga mein Nam Sankirtan gives us love of God. That love of God which is there is only when Mahaprabhu comes in Kal Yuga. And Mahaprabhu doesn't come in every Kal Yuga. Mahaprabhu only comes in that Kal Yuga in the Dwapar where Krishna came. And Krishna comes once in a day of Brahma. We had discussed last time the calculation of how many uh, billions of years. Yeah, 8 4.32 billion multiplied by 2, 12 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, 8 point something billion years mein Krishna will come. And that was just 5,000 years ago. The probability is very, very tiny. We're very fortunate. We are not just born in any Kalyug. We are born in the Kalyug where Mahaprabhu came. And Mahaprabhu came 500 years back. You could have been born in Kalyug before Mahaprabhu came. Because Kalyug is going on for 5,000 years. You could have been born in Kalyug before Mahaprabhu came. Maybe we will think, हाँ तो pious time था ना पहले, थोड़ा pious time था. It may have been pious, but we are not here for piety. We are not just here to perform pious activities. We are here to achieve love of Krishna and to perform service to Krishna. And that Mahaprabhu came and put 500 years back. And then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Ji and then Srila Prabhupada made it available to everybody. So we are very fortunate. So we'll just these things only we will discuss. These things we know, but we know and we discuss, and then we know and we discuss, and it just goes on and on, and our realization, hopefully, Krishna willing, becomes stronger. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. So we'll start with this very, very inspiring verse. I actually read this as a signature of a devotee's email. There is one secretary to Vaisheshika Prabhu. So so we used to interact, and after she would write your servant her name, below that this verse she used to write. So starting with you would ignore, then one every word same verse. I read it, and I read it, and I was like, wow, what a nice verse. And then I memorized it, and there's actually many devotees as part of after their Mangalacharan they chant this verse. So it's a wonderful verse. Last time also we had recited, if you remember, but you can memorize this verse. Kathanchana smiteryasmin duskaram sukaram bhavet smrite viparitam syat Shri Chaitanya namami tvam Kathanchana smiteryasmin duskaram sukaram bhavet smrite viparitam syat Shri Chaitanya namamitam Kathanchana smiteryasmin duskaram sukaram bhavet smrite viparitam syat Shri Chaitanya namamitam. Someone can repeat? Mataji? So Kathanchana Smriter Yasmin. Somehow or other, we remember Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Somehow or other, Kathanchana, somehow or other. Smriter Yasmin. We remember Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Somehow or other. Somehow. Anyhow. Anyhow you remember. Duskaram, Sukaram Bhave. Difficult things become easy. Duskaram, difficult. Sukaram, easy. Duskaram, Sukaram Bhave. Difficult things become easy. Vismrite, but when we forget, Viparitam Syat. The opposite happens. Vismrite Viparitam Syat. When we forget Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even easy things become difficult. Sri Chaitanya Namami. To that Mahaprabhu, I offer my humble obeisances. So, this is like a guiding principle of life that, like Rupa Goswami says, always remember Krishna and never forget him. There are two rules for a devotee to follow. One is always remember Krishna. Second is never forget him. It's the same thing actually. If you're always remembering Krishna, you will not forget him. But he still says it. It's actually one rule, but he still says it. Always remember Krishna, never forget him. Don't forget him, always remember him. So here, Kaviraj Goswami in ecstasy. Actually, this is very important because if you see Gaur Lila, Chaitanya Charitamrita, till the 12th, 13th chapter, it is all philosophy. And then actually, the pastimes start from this chapter onwards. And so before he starts speaking the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's making this prayer that somehow or other, if we remember Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, difficult things become easy because he's about to embark on writing Chaitanya Charitamrita from the diaries of Swarup Damodar Goswami, from the diaries of Raghunath Das Goswami. He's about to embark on this momentous, monumental task. So he's saying, it will be very easy if I remember somehow or other I remember. And if I don't, then even a simple thing will become very difficult. So always we should remember the Lord. Somehow or the other. That's called Krishna consciousness. To be conscious of God. To be conscious of Krishna. So we can keep this. Maybe you just it's as mechanical as setting an alarm on the phone every 3-4 hours. Remember the Lord. And remember the Lord. Because I don't know about you, but with me it happens so often that even on days where somehow or other, Kathanchana, somehow or other, you have some decent japa, or somehow or the other you're attentive in Bhagavatam class, or you're very attentive to take darshan of Radha Rasbihari. You think, going well. And then just, 9 o'clock happens, 10 o'clock happens, and then when evening comes, and I'm like, Arey, kahan gaya wo? I never thought of Krishna only. I never remembered Krishna. Even that is possible even in devotional service. That's possible even during chanting. Even during chanting, हो गया कहा कुछ सुना ही नहीं कुछ याद ही नहीं किया हो गया. So somehow or the other we should remember. And what to speak of Lord Chaitanya? He's even more merciful than Krishna. Even more merciful than Krishna. Somehow or the other we should remember Lord Chaitanya. Our life will be successful. Every day we should try and remember Lord Chaitanya. So we know, just to summarize, Mahaprabhu appeared in 1486 on Phalgun Purnima. It was Purnima, but it was eclipse. It was lunar eclipse. And so an eclipse is not considered very auspicious. You know? That's why people try to be indoors. Most of the temples are also shut and it's not considered very auspicious. if a child is born on an eclipse time, then don't bother to do the astrology. अगर कोई बोल देगा आपको अच्छा है मतलब that astrologer is fooling you. In case any of you are born in on an eclipse, don't worry. Devotees के लिए all these things don't apply. The when you take diksha, your gotra changes to Achyuta gotra. Then whatever you are, Kashyap, this, that, you are now Achyuta gotra. You are in Krishna's house. So, but otherwise it's not considered very auspicious. When Mahaprabhu appeared in lunar eclipse time to break the convention. अच्छा उसमें आज मैं आता हूँ. At that time in Bengal, what used to happen is during eclipse time, all the Vaishnavas they used to go in Mother Ganga. They would stand in Mother Ganga till their neck, and they would chant the holy names. So Mahaprabhu appeared at that time, and our Baba says no that actually he's Gaura Chandra. So he's Gaura Chandra, and he's so beautiful that our spotted Chandra, who you can see when you go out now from this window, dikh rahe hain. I was just chanting down in that garden. Talking brother sister are talking to each other. अच्छा नहीं कोई और है उधर. So this this moon is thinking, "Arey, I am so spotted and I am so dull," and this so he hid himself. This moon hid himself. That better to be in time to go. कोई बात नहीं. Keshav Maharaj he says no that on aeroplanes he always takes that exit row seat because there's more leg space. On international flights, exit row seats are also taken by people with infants. So there's always cranky babies. And so he's like, I always try to meditate. That just like this fellow is crying, I should be crying for Krishna. Easier said than done. So the moon hid itself. And in that time, Mahaprabhu appeared. Mahaprabhu is Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Mahaprabhu had many names. One of them was Nimai because he was born under a neem tree. Do you know who gave him the name Nimai? Something went. वो वहाँ पे वायर हट गया. Sita Thakurani. Who is Sita Thakurani? Advaita Acharya's wife. So she named him Nimai. And he's also known as Vishwambar. And after Mahaprabhu took sannyas, he was called as Shri Krishna Chaitanya. That never happens. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. I think you should press it once. There's no light coming. Something has gone wrong. Want to shut it and start it again? But this noise should not be there. राहुल ने ऐसे किया और बंद है. The Chaitanya Charitamrita is divided into three: Adi Leela, Madhya Leela, Antya Leela. Adi Leela covers the first 24 years of Mahaprabhu's life till he took sannyas. We had asked you last time also. How many of you have Chaitanya Charitamrita at home? Physical copy. Good. Others should at least buy. Buy, you keep, and then you'll read. So then you'll know कि हाँ ठीक है आदि लीला है, मध्य लीला है, अंत्य लीला है. Then Madhya Leela covers the next 6 years of Mahaprabhu's life, and these are the preaching years. These are the years where Mahaprabhu is preaching. How many of you have read entire Adi Leela? 5 people. Very good. So, Adi Leela, if you have read, Adi Leela first 13 chapters are full philosophy. It's only philosophy. 13 chapters. I remember in 2012, Nitai Madhav Prabhu, he was looking after some services here and he just told me one day, today I was feeling very, very dull. I was feeling very, very low. And so I went and I got a copy of Chaitanya Charitamrita full set. मैंने खोला, I thought चलो महाप्रभु के pastimes पढ़ूंगा, अच्छा लगेगा. I opened and I started reading, and then no pastimes are coming. It's only philosophy. And then I went to the index I saw, and then I kept flipping, and it's philosophy. Of the whole first volume of Adi Leela is only philosophy. Why? Because we will not be able to appreciate the pastimes till we understand who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, who Lord Nityananda is, who are the Panchatattva. So that is Adi Leela. And then some childhood pastimes are mentioned. But in Madhya Leela, the entire Sankirtan pastimes of the Lord are mentioned, including taking sannyas and South India tour. The whole 6 years, Mahaprabhu is traveling and preaching everywhere. His conversation with Dhruv Goswami, his conversation with Sanatan Goswami, his conversation with Maharaj Pratap Rudra, his famous conversation with Ramananda Rai, all those things are mentioned in Madhya Leela. And then Antya Leela are again the internal pastimes of the Lord. The entire Antya Leela takes place at Jagannath Puri, because the last 18 years of Mahaprabhu's life he only spent in Jagannath Puri. That's why Jagannath Puri is such a special place. In Gambira, the place where Mahaprabhu resided, and there he went fully internal and he became a complete madman in love for Krishna, mood of Srimati Radharani. So, externally, when Advaita Acharya saw that Kali Yuga is progressing very, very, very rapidly, that everything is going haywire, that in the name of religion also people are doing all sorts of garbage activities, that they are just taking shelter of demigods just for material benefits. Goddess Durga is worshipped, Goddess Chandi is worshipped, and people are just worshipping them for material benefits. Nobody is actually thinking, I should please God, I should serve God. So when he saw this, he became very worried. When we see some gross karmi, I don't know about you, but we may have some superiority complex. We may sometimes think like that. क्या है ये? अच्छा, छोड़ो ये सब. ये लोग से कौन associate करेगा, है? But a genuine Vaishnava, when he or she sees somebody is just fully comfortable in their material life, they feel very sad. Para dukha dukhi. Vaishnava always looks at others' so-called happiness as actually misery and feels very bad for them. Feels very upset, wants to do something. So Advaita Acharya in that mood started worshipping his Shaligram Shila. This is from Chaitanya Bhagwat. Recite. तुलसी मंजरी सहित गंगा जले निरवधि सेवा कृष्ण माही कुतूहले. So he would enthusiastically worship Krishna with tulsi manjaris and Ganga water, the Shila form, Shaligram Shila form. So therefore it is said that if it's so easy, if we just offer Krishna Ganga water and tulsi leaves, we can purchase Krishna. Krishna becomes purchased because these two are so dear to Krishna. So the Acharya is like that worshipping. Hunkara kare Krishna ave se rate je. ये ध्वनि ब्रह्मांड भेदी वैकुंठ हेते बाजे. He loudly called for Krishna in great spiritual ecstasy. That sound vibration pierced the covering of the universe and was heard in the Vaikuntha planets. On hearing Advaita Prabhu's cries of love, Lord Krishna personally appeared, for he is controlled by the love of his devotees. So Advaita Acharya's hunkar, the cry, the shout of Advaita Acharya calls Mahaprabhu. Krishna recognizes that and then he comes. So this is one reason why Mahaprabhu comes, to reciprocate with the calling of Advaita Acharya. Like last time we discussed, Bhima was trying to learn singing to please Krishna, and he couldn't get anything. You have some people, they will just वो स्वर आएगा ही नहीं उनको. And so then Bhima, everyone politely told him, stop all this. He went, he's sitting there, he's crying, and then he's praying to Krishna that you only hear Draupadi's calling. When Draupadi cried, you came with cloth to reciprocate. What about me? And then Krishna came and told him that we discussed last time. So here, Advaita Acharya, he's calling and Mahaprabhu came. Mahaprabhu came, childhood Leela, everything happens. Then Mahaprabhu met Ishwar Puri. Who's Mahaprabhu's spiritual master? Ishwar Puri. We know? Who's Ishwar Puri's spiritual master? Madhavendra Puri. Who's Madhavendra Puri's spiritual master? दो ही आता है हमको. Lakshmipati Tirtha. It goes on like that. So when he met Ishwar Puri, before that, uh, everyone used to think that if this Nimai becomes a devotee, everything will happen. This Nimai becomes devotee. Everything, like we may think, hey, this person, some famous person, one person becomes devotee. You know, you're thinking, अरे विराट कोहली अगर devotee बन गया, बहुत लोग devotee बन जाएंगे. So like that, the residents of Navadvip used to think about Mahaprabhu. Nimai, he's so beautiful. He's so amazing. And he's so scholarly. Nimai Pandit. He was a Pandit of what? Grammar. Logic. Grammar. And so, if this person becomes a devotee, and Nimai was that time inimical, he would make fun of the devotees. He would make fun of Srivas Thakur and he would make fun of all these people. And then he met Ishwar Puri. And when he met Ishwar Puri, it's like when Prabhupada met Bhaktisiddhanta Ji. Before that, Prabhupada was doubtful towards sadhus because he had seen so many bogus sadhus. His father used to bring everybody who was dressed as a sadhu, he would serve. And Prabhupada would see not everyone was genuinely a sadhu. So, but when he met Bhaktisiddhanta, he said, I was defeated that day. I met a genuine sadhu and I understood that Lord Chaitanya's mission is in the right hands. Similarly, when Mahaprabhu met Ishwar Puri, then love for God. Of course, this is God. This is God Himself. But externally showing, I met my Guru, I became a devotee. Then when he came back from Gaya, back to Navadvip, he was completely transformed. So, because he was such a great grammar scholar, everyone used to have competition to be a student. But now, so all the best people were his students. So when he came back from Gaya, everyone is excited, okay, Nimai has come. And they would go, and then he would not be able to teach grammar. He would just be taking Krishna's names, different names of Krishna, and teaching grammar based on Krishna's names. Finally, he said, enough of this, started the Sankirtan mission. When Mahaprabhu started the Sankirtan mission, after a while he realized that because he was externally in the Grihastha ashram, he realized that many people are not taking him seriously. And because people are not taking him seriously, they are not taking his message seriously. Not just that, they are actually becoming inimical towards him. So he's thinking that जो दवाई मैं देने को आया हूँ, उसका opposite effect हो रहा है. Because if you are, the Lord has come to give, and if you are indifferent to the Lord or if you are inimical to the Lord, actually you are doing an offense. And if you're doing an offense, you're going to get a negative reaction. So Mahaprabhu is thinking that they respect sannyasis. They're not respecting me because I'm in the Grihastha ashram. So he gives up his wife, he gives up his home, and he takes sannyas. And after he takes sannyas, he goes to Varanasi. How many have been to Varanasi? Varanasi was famous for Mayavadis. It was the seat of the Mayavadis. And so Mahaprabhu thought that I will take sannyas, I will go there, and I will preach to the Mayavadis, and I will make them Vaishnavas. When they also become Vaishnavas, then other people will also accept this message. So like that, Mahaprabhu went. He went to the house of Tapan Mishra. He gave him his mercy, and then he decided to go to this one temple, this one place where all the Mayavadi sannyasis, the big heads of the Mayavadi schools, they used to sit. And among them, the leader was Prakashananda Saraswati. But Mahaprabhu, when he went, he sat at the place where people wash their feet. He didn't go around. Who is he? He's God. He's God himself. But he went and sat at a very low place. पैर धोने की जगह. And when all these sannyasis saw him, they said, please, 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 why are you sitting there? Come here. And then there's a dialogue that happens, which is described in the 7th chapter of Adi Leela, which drives home the point of the external reason why Mahaprabhu appeared. To give the holy name. To give the holy name. So we'll recite these verses from the 7th chapter of Adi Leela. This is verse 68 onwards. So the Mayavadi sannyasis, they called Mahaprabhu, they made him sit, and because he's just 24, 25 years old, young sannyasi, so they feel obliged that we should actually preach to him. And they tell him this. Sannyasi ha iya kara nartana gayana bhavuka sava sange lana kara sankirtana. You are a sannyasi. Why then do you indulge in chanting and dancing, engaging your sankirtan movement in the company of fanatics? Many people say, no, this bhakti is sentimental. Bhakti se zyada important gyan hai. This devotion is okay, but actually gyan, knowledge is more important. Mayavad is even more superior, like that. So these Mayavadi sannyasis are from that school. So they are telling God that, "Hey, you're a sannyasi, you're a respectable person. Why are you dancing and chanting? Why are you doing all these things?" Vedanta pathana dhyan sannyasi ra dharma. Taha chadi kara kene bhavu kera karma. Meditation and study of Vedanta are the sole duties of a sannyasi. Why do you abandon these to dance with fanatics? Why are you dancing? Why are you doing all these things? If, over here in Krishna consciousness movement, we would say that all we do is read scripture and study scripture, and that's it. The fact that only 5 of us have read Adi Leela would show that nobody would be here. Please read. Life is going by very, very fast. Very, very, very fast. Life is going. It's going. It'll be gone one day. For every one of us in this room. From the smallest, these kids, to the eldest and all of us. It'll be gone very fast. And at that time, they'll be like, "Arey, I didn't read this, I didn't do that. So much time I had." We look back, we'll think, so much time I had, I didn't do. So that will be a very unfortunate regret, which you can't change. You can't change that. So let's not have that regret. Let's read every day. You set up some tricks for your mind to be able to read, whatever it may be. I will not eat breakfast till I read one purport. I will not eat breakfast till I read one purport. I will not read the newspaper till I read one purport. I will not I will not check my smartphone till I read one. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. But do it. We may think, अरे प्रभु जी क्या वन पर 10 पढ़ेंगे ना, और वो 10 के चक्कर में इतने साल हो गए हैं, 5 लोगों ने खाली आधी लीला पढ़ा है. Read one. बच्चे को बोलते be a sage page by page, one page at a time. But do it. If you do it, there'll be a time where you will increase your reading. That habit will be formed. But form that habit. Make that your Gaur Purnima resolution. Taken 6 days in advance. ठीक है, Friday से करेंगे. That's the mind. The biggest rascal on this planet is our mind. For me, not your mind, and for you, not my mind. For me, my mind, and for you, your mind. It's the biggest rascal. It will, whenever the mind says ha understand? ये ड्रामा कर रहा है, शुरू हो गया उसका. Like children, this fellow is making unnecessary noise today. Drama kar raha hai unnecessarily. And then he'll smile at you. Then he'll smile at you like how he's doing now. Mind is like that. Mind will make us do something and after that make us regret also for it. You only made क्यों किया? देखा आज भी वेस्ट हो गया ना कुछ भी नहीं पढ़ा. पर जब ट्राई किया पढ़ने को अभी ये नहीं अभी थोड़ी टाइम के बाद भी बाद हाँ आधे घंटे बाद है ना टाइम मिलने वाला है एक परपट कौन पढ़ेगा 10 पढ़ेंगे ना एक साथ फिर अगेन नेक्स्ट डे पढ़ा नहीं आज it's mental our mind is mental actually so don't listen to it please read so thankfully in our movement study is not the only thing it is very much emphasized like our Guru Maharaj used to say also 16 rounds regulative principles and to many people say read 1 hour of Prabhupada's books every day 1 hour. Now, if that would actually have to be a vow, it would have been good. Just like hopefully all those who are initiated, you don't sleep. The day doesn't end before you chant 16 rounds. That should be there. If you're not, then that's initiation is having opposite effect on you actually. Initiation is supposed to bring connection and mercy. It's going to have opposite effect if you don't follow the vows. तो ऐसा भाव नहीं लिया कि 1 घंटा पढ़ना चाहिए बट लिया होता तो कुछ ना कुछ करते हैं तो who's stopping us from that we should do so anyway then Mahaprabhu heard all this and then he answered प्रभु कहे सुनो श्रीपाद इहार कारण गुरु मोरे मूर्ख देखी करिल शासन Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied to Prakashananda Saraswati, my dear sir, kindly hear the reason. The reason to what? Why I am chanting and dancing? Why I am dancing on the streets chanting Krishna's name? My spiritual master considered me a fool and therefore he chastised me. What? मूर्ख तुम्ही तोमार नहीं का वेदांत अधिकार कृष्ण मंत्र जपा सदा यही मंत्र सार You are a fool, he said. You are not qualified to study Vedanta philosophy and therefore you must always chant the holy name of Krishna. This is the essence of all mantras or Vedic hymns. Krishna Prabhu keeps reciting this verse. मूर्ख तुम्ही तुम्हार नहीं का वेदांत अधिकार कृष्ण मंत्र जप सदा यही मंत्र सार that you don't clearly this 5 people have read Adi Leela clearly our mind is so clogged that it's not अगर हम पढ़ेंगे ना तो भी ज्यादा कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा पर फिर भी पढ़ना चाहिए हम तो पढ़ते भी नहीं है we are even more greater than this our thing should be महामूर्ख तुम्ही तुम्हार नहीं का वेदांत अधिकार because you don't even read but the hope is holy name the holy name of God the holy name of Krishna and specifically the holy name given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Krishna mantra haite have samsara mochana Krishna nama haite pave Krishna racharana Mahaprabhu is paraphrasing his guru. So his guru is Ishwar Puri saying, simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, one can obtain freedom from material existence. Indeed, simply by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, one will be able to see the lotus feet of the Lord. Simply by chanting the holy name, everything is possible. But proper chanting, do proper chanting. See, we are so fortunate that we have these two amazing things going on in our life. Perfect philosophy and the holy name. And this has to be done every day. And if this is done nicely every day, there is no scope of going haywire in life. It has to be done every day nicely. नाम विनो कली काहे नाही आर धर्म सर्व मंत्र सार नाम ए शास्त्र मर्म In this age of Kali, there is no religious principle other than chanting the holy name, which is the essence of all Vedic hymns. This is the purport of all scriptures. Ei Shastra Marma. Marma means churning. So the essence, the churning के बाद जो निकलता है, the essence of all scriptures is chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Vedeshta sarve aham eva vedya vedanta krit veda vedeva zaham. The, the, the essence of all the Vedas and the Vedanta Sutra is to know me. So here, the essence of all scriptures is to chant Krishna's names. Etabali eka shloka shikhaila more. Kante kari ei shloka kariha vichare. Someone read? महामंत्र के अलावा एक और वर्ड सिखाया मुझे, and he said always keep it, always remember this verse. You all know this verse. Harer naam eva kevalam. Lau nasteva gatiranyatha. Read. The holy name, the holy name, the holy name of the Lord. There is no other alternative. 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 3 times. 2, holy name, holy name, holy name. 3 times. So now we should ask this question to ourselves. How much importance are we giving to the holy name in our life? Here clearly it is mentioned. There's no other hope in life. You want to be happy? There's no other hope in life. You want to be peaceful? There's no other hope in life. You want to have attraction for God? There's no other hope in life. You want service to God? There's no other hope in life. You want love for God? There's no other hope in life. Except for the holy name, the holy name, the holy name. So what else are we giving priority to that is overshadowing the holy name? We should ask ourselves that. What else is important in my life that is taking more energy than the energy I'm able to give to chanting? Whatever that is, it can't answer all these things. It can't give me happiness. It can't give me peace of mind. It can't give me, freedom from stress. It can't give me service. It can't give me remembrance of God, and it can't give me love of God. So, reading these things, we should re-emphasize these vows. It's not just 16 rounds. It should actually be 16 good rounds. 16 rounds chanted early in the morning. Fine, we may have some responsibilities at home, we may have small children for which it may not be possible, but we should still make some work around that in the day I get at least some quality time where I can sit and chant. Unless we have like infants where that's not possible, apart from that, there should be no situation. Everything else should be adjusted to give preference to the holy name. So you will have to tell them to increase the count. A lot of devotees are there today. थोड़ा बढ़ा दो count. तो प्रसाद नहीं मिलेगा. So, please give importance to our chanting. Please give importance to chanting. It should. Nothing is more important than chanting. Ei agyapana nama lai anusana. Nama laite laite mora bhranta hailamana. Since I received this order from my spiritual master, I always chant the holy name. But I thought that by chanting and chanting the holy name, I had become bewildered. I don't think anyone here has this experience. Looking at our counter beats, we become bewildered. Like I have 3 rounds left. So I'm thinking, let me conclude this class early. I'll quickly eat prasad and run before anyone wants to talk to me. I'll go and chant 3 rounds. I was thinking like this before coming here. So we become bewildered by that. 7 बज गया शाम का 7 माला बाकी है. Hopefully we remember that day. Sometimes it happens that next day, अरे माला बाकी था मेरा. पागल हाइला नामी धैर्य नाही मने एट चिंती निवेदिलून गुरुर चरणे I saw that I had become mad by chanting the holy name, and I immediately submitted this at the lotus feet of my spiritual master. In our case, our parents think we are mad, or our family members think ये पागल हो गया है. But हमारे अंदर इतना जल्दी change नहीं आता है. But then they go to whoever is your preacher and they say क्या कर रहे हो तुम, पागल हो रही है ये, पागल हो रहा है. Your Mahaprabhu is thinking, what's happening to me? And what is this madness? वो तो अल्टीमेट है. उसके पहले क्या होता है? 10 साल के बाद भी आधी लीला नहीं पढ़ते हैं हम. क्या होता है? Why do people think you're going crazy when you start becoming a devotee after a couple of years? What happens to you? No material attachments. Mataji has no material attachments. Yeah, but it reduces, starts to reduce. At least that happens. Some are fortunate where it will go away. But at least for everyone else, it reduces. Things we were so attached to, things we couldn't do without, start to seem pale, start to seem not so interested, start to seem boring after a while. So then after this, some things which we were least interested in, now we start to do. मंदिर भगवान कभी पूछते नहीं थे हम, कभी never used to go. Some of us, at least me, never used to go. Now every weekend we are going to the temple. Early in the morning we are getting up and going to the temple. So people will think. But in Mahaprabhu's case, like all these things I am not feeling attraction to these things. And I'm just wanting to chant, What's happening? So he goes to his spiritual master and he says, Kiba mantra dila gosai, kiba tarabala. Japati japati mantra karila pagala. My dear Lord, what kind of mantra have you given me? I have become mad simply by chanting this Maha mantra. What have you given me? I'm going crazy. All these material attachments are going away. They're gone. And I'm developing some spiritual attachments. What? Kaisa mantra hai ye? Have we ever thought like this? खाली कृष्णा होता तो जल्दी हो जाता 16 माला. हरे कृष्णा हरे, इतना बड़ा मंत्र है, क्या मंत्र है ये? गुजराती से चैनल श्री कृष्णा का शरणम मम, वो भी छोटा है इससे. या ओम नमः शिवाय कितना अच्छा था पहले. मैं कभी कभी ओम नमः शिवाय चाहे ओम, उससे भी छोटा. ओम 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 16 माला हो जाएगा 2 मिनट, 10-15 मिनट में 16 माला हो जाएगा. लाइक अवर अनुश्री माधुरी ना, आर्यन का 5 मिनट में 5 माला हो जाता है. मैं भी बहुत ट्राई करता था पहले एफिशिएंसी, चैंटिंग में एफिशिएंसी बढ़ाने के लिए. मेरा पहले क्या होता था, आधे घंटे में 5 माला होता था. तो मैं ट्राई करता था आधे घंटे में 5 माला, मतलब 1 आवर 35 मिनट्स में 16 माला होगा. ये जब मैं काम करता 1 आवर, ये आधे घंटे में अगर 6 माला बिठा दिया ना तो 1 घंटे में हो जाएगा. एफिशिएंसी बढ़ेगा. ट्राई नहीं होता है. सो what kind of mantra have you given me? I'm going mad. हसाया नाचाया मोरे कराया क्रंदना. एट सुनी गुरु हासी बलिला वचना. Chanting the holy name in ecstasy causes me to dance, laugh and cry. When my spiritual master heard this, he smiled and then began to speak. Spiritual master is thinking, okay, good. Now the Guru is speaking. Krishna naam maha mantrera eita swabhava. Ye jape tare Krishna upajaye bhava. So Ishwar Puri is telling Mahaprabhu, it is the nature of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra that anyone who chants it immediately develops his loving ecstasy for Krishna. Anyone who chants it will immediately develop loving ecstasy for Krishna. Now, we may not have immediately developed loving ecstasy for Krishna, but at least we developed some taste for Krishna. We developed some attraction for Krishna. It is fleeting, it comes and goes. It comes and goes. Now we are all engrossed in hearing. After we go out, one message will come of something outside, and our whole consciousness will go somewhere else. That happens, but at least it is there right now. So, the more nicely we chant, the more nicely we serve devotees, the more nicely we perform Shravan Kirtan, the more this effect will be there. But the ultimate result is it works. This effect is there for everybody. So when we feel morose in life, when we feel depressed, when we are having a hard day, all we have to do is turn to Shravan and Kirtan. Either start chanting, even if you complete the 16 rounds, chant little extra. Open Bhagavatam, open Adi Lila, listen to Kirtan, just do Shravan Kirtan. When we are feeling low, we are feeling dejected, we are feeling depressed, or even if we are not feeling any of these things and we have time, take to Shravan Kirtan. This is the result. Ishwarpuri continues. Krishna Krishna namera phala prema sarva shastra kaya भाग्य से ही प्रेमा तुम्हारे करीला उदया. The conclusion of all revealed scriptures is that one should awaken his dormant love of Godhead. You are greatly fortunate to have already done so. We are all very fortunate that we have come into Krishna consciousness, we've come into Srila Prabhupada's movement, and we've gotten this opportunity. This is our good fortune. We may think our good fortune is possession, money, name, fame, our children doing well, whatever. Those are all material, so called good fortunes. They are material. But actual good fortune is we've taken to chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So even if we have a truckload of difficulty in our life, we should think of this and we should feel ultimate thing I am achieving. ये लाइफ में मेरा बैंड बजा होगा from a material perspective, but ultimately I am achieving something. So that's what matters. What is the point of in this life having flourishing success and not at all remembering Krishna? That's useless. That's like fish out of water kept on a nice golden throne. Useless. So with all our challenges of our material life, with all the difficulties in our life, if Krishna consciousness is going on, we should understand that we are on the right track. We are on the right track. Whenever there is difficulty in life, we should take more shelter of Krishna consciousness. That time the mind will distract us and say, be practical. थोड़ा भक्ति भक्ति कम करो, अपने मटेरियल लाइफ को और ध्यान दो, मटेरियल लाइफ की बैंड बजी पड़ी है और ध्यान दो, ये क्या है, चैंटिंग वेंटिंग बाद में होगा. That's just the rascal mind. The which mind? The rascal mind. Talking to us, telling us this. The solution to all our anxieties, worries, whatever we have, is Krishna consciousness, is Shravan and Kirtan specifically. Feel really bad, talk to a devotee, invite devotees home, feed them. And in this way, we will move steadily forward. Never let our mind tell us, be practical, reduce your spiritual life, focus more on your material life. That's Mahaprabhu showing by his example that this is what we're supposed to do. And then Ishwar Puri concludes by telling Mahaprabhu, Nacho gao bhakta sange kara sankirtana Krishna nama upadeshi tara sarvajana. My dear child, continue dancing, chanting and performing Sankirtan in the association with devotees. Furthermore, go out and preach the value of chanting Krishna's name. For by this process, you will be able to deliver all fallen souls. So not just for us, but we go and preach to others. We give this message to others. We give books to others. We give the holy name to others. We give prasad to others. We invite others to follow Krishna consciousness. And in this way, we take care of our spiritual life and we give Krishna to others. We all have heard this phrase, we grow by giving. जितना देंगे उतना बढ़ेगा. All these things we've heard. In spiritual life, it's absolutely true. The more we give Krishna consciousness to others, we don't have to sit on a Vyasasana and preach for doing that. Yes, we tell people about Krishna, we give books to Krishna to people. Just in Harinam we go. Like in Jaipur outside Hawa Mahal, we were doing Harinam. Uh, People come to Hawa Mahal not to listen to the holy name. Jal Mahal, sorry. Hawa Mahal में भी किया. But this Jal Mahal is a tourist attraction. All these foreigners are there and all. And our Shantivardhan Prabhu doing kirtan, all the devotees dancing, men in one circle, Mataji is in another circle. Mataji did a lot of dancing this time. Saroj Khan was there in the yatra, so she was making everyone dance. So people see that and automatically मन बोलेंगे भी मन में they will chant. And giving Krishna to others, giving Krishna to others. So we can take these as some lessons for Gaur Purnima and for the year ahead. We give priority to our chanting. We give priority to Shravan Kirtan, to reading Shastra. Maybe by next Gaur Purnima you should have read Adi Leela. That's a good resolution to take. How many of you want to take that kind of resolution? By next Gaur Purnima, I will complete Adi Leela. Everyone should raise hands. क्या उसमें? हाँ तो पूजा करो. Loss नहीं है. Mahaprabhu is seeing you. So take these spiritual vows for Gaur Purnima. That is the best way to get Mahaprabhu's blessings. On Gaur Purnima, we'll all come to the temple. You come here, we'll go to Bhiwandi, and we'll be in front of Lord Chaitanya. You'll see, on Gaur Purnima, Nityananda Dashi, Radha Ras Bihari altar में काफी जगह खाली रहता है. Because everyone wants to be in front of Gaur Nitai. On Ram Navami, everyone wants to be in front of Sitaram Hanuman. So we pray. We pray for mercy, we pray for blessings. But they will come when we follow these things. So then it will come. So this is the external reason why Mahaprabhu comes to give this Krishna, love of Krishna. But it's not just the external reason, because he puts love of Krishna in that. So it becomes also internal. Because just by chanting the holy name, love of Krishna gets developed. When our acharyas say that there are certain instances, and they cite 4 instances where Krishna becomes greedy. Where Krishna becomes greedy. Like if you read Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj's book on Damodar Leela, he gives all these contradictions. He says, Krishna is aptakam, he's fully satisfied, but he's angry. He's supposed to be very peaceful, but he's angry. And he's supposed to be fully satisfied, but he wants milk and he wants butter, and all these contradictions he do. So Krishna is supposed to be very satisfied, but he becomes greedy. The first time when Krishna became greedy is when he's lying down on the causal ocean and he's thinking that there's nobody to fight with. And he's seeing all these other demons and he's thinking, I also want to fight. I also want to have some enjoyment fighting. And at that time in Vaikuntha, Jay and Vijay, realizing the mood of Vishnu, that whole pastime then happens of them stopping the 4 Kumaras, and then they become Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So the Lord can enact his greed for fighting. That happens. Then when this Lord comes as Nrsimhadev to kill Hiranyakashipu for that greed, which then Jai Vijay, he came as Hiranyaksha, when he kills Hiranyakashipu, at that time he sees Prahlad. And Prahlad is garlanding him. Everyone else is scared. Lakshmi ji is thinking, ये मेरा पति नहीं है. Not my husband. Everyone is Lakshmi, go, your husband. Hey, ये नहीं है मेरा husband. Not my husband. I don't know him. Like sometimes, I don't know you. तुम इतने बदल गए हो. I no, 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 I don't know him. Prahlad goes with a garland, offers him, and very lovingly is looking at Narsimhadev, with tears in his eyes, looking at Narsimhadev. At that time, Lord became greedy again, thinking, who are Narsimhadev's parents? So he becomes greedy, thinking, I also want parents. Because I also want to have this kind of reciprocal mood. Just like Prahlad has got this Vatsalya, opposite of Ulta Vatsalya for me. I also want to have that for some parents. I also want to have that same feeling for some. He's feeling that Prahlad has something that I don't have. He has something that I don't have. He has parental affection for me. I don't have that. So from that incarnation onwards, whenever the Lord would come, there would be parents. So now he comes as Ramchandra, and Dasharat Maharaj is there. All three mothers are there. At that time, Lord feels a different greed. He feels greed because for friendship. Because it's Ramachandra, na? Everything is in awe and reverence. Nobody can be greater than Lord Ram in anything. That's the mood. Lakshman, even if he gets angry, has to suppress it. Lord Ram is thinking, I have friends. But who are my friends? Vibhishan, Sugriv, Guha. These are my friends. But they are, what kind of friends are they? What kind of mood did these friends have towards Lord Ram? Reverence. Reverence. They were reverential towards the Lord. Well, Lord was thinking, someone comes and pats my back. Someone goes, "Hey, तेरे को कुछ मालूम नहीं है." He wanted that kind of friendship. That kind of friendship. So then he has greed for this. And then when does that get fulfilled? In Krishna Lila. In Krishna Lila, all the coward boys don't care for Krishna. They always will, they will just scold Krishna. They tell Krishna, why are you showing off so much? Like we discussed in our, when we read Jagai Madai pastime, when Mahaprabhu tells Nityanand Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, go out. And then he tells him, if anyone doesn't take to holy name, I'll take Sudarshan and cut their head off. And if you remember, Nityanand Prabhu says, why are you showing off so much? Why you don't speak so much? No, don't show off. ठीक है हम लोग जाएंगे. Don't show off. इधर बड़े बड़े dialogue मत मारो. So he wants that kind of reciprocation. So then you have, coward boys putting food in Krishna's mouth, the last piece, and then pressing it so it comes out and then eating it. And then Krishna giving massage to Balram and giving massage to the coward boys. And they're fooling Krishna and they're standing on Krishna's shoulders and all that is happening. So this greed gets fulfilled. But then later on, Krishna has another greed. And that greed is when he's seeing Srimati Radharani. He's saying, what? When Krishna sees the devotees, and the devotees are just serving him, but they are just serving him, and Krishna is thinking that, I have all the opulence, I am enjoying, and they are giving me enjoyment, but in their giving me enjoyment, they are enjoying more than me. They seem to be more happy than me in their enjoyment in serving me. It shouldn't be that way. Krishna is thinking. And then what to speak of? He's thinking like that even about the coward boys. He's thinking like that even about Arjuna. He's thinking like that even about his parents. But when that happens with Srimati Radharani, with the gopis, and ultimately with Srimati Radharani, then Krishna's entire calculation goes for a toss. This is inconceivable. Like there is this one pastime of Krishna, uh, Srimati Radharani waiting for Krishna. She's waiting for Krishna, and Lalita and Vishakha are waiting with her. And Krishna said, yeah, I'm coming. And then he's not coming. And so she sent Lalita, go see where he is. I'm waiting for him. Middle of the night. I've left everything and I've come. Where is he? And then Radharani goes and she sees that Krishna is with Chandravali. And then he comes and tells Radharani that he's with Chandravali. And Chandravali is Radharani's competitor. Radharani, Chandravali are the two topmost gopis. Among them, Radharani is the topmost. So, Satyabhama, Rukmani and Satyabhama. So Radharani gets very, very upset. She gets heartbroken. And then she keeps repeating that Krishna is such an unreliable person. He cannot be trusted anymore. He has completely broken my trust. I don't want anything to do with him. Just, and she starts to weep. And she goes into a kunj and she sits there. And she's weeping. And she tells Lalita and Vishakha, don't let anyone come in. And after some time, Krishna comes, and then he's not allowed entry. And he says, no, 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 please let me in. No, not at all. Radharani is very upset with you. She never wants to see you again. Krishna is heartbroken now. Krishna is heartbroken. And he said, no, no, please, please allow me. And so then he requests, Lalita has some, you know, has some soft corner. So she goes inside. Sorry, Vishakha ji has some soft corner. She goes inside. And when she goes inside to try and tell Radharani, mil lo, maaf kar do, jane do, she sees something that stuns her. She sees that Srimati Radharani is constantly weeping and rivers of tears are flowing. And not just that, when she's seeing a black bee, she's getting completely bewildered thinking it's Krishna. And she's crying even more. And when she's seeing black hair, she's going completely mad because that's reminding her of Krishna who is not with her right now. So she is crying and crying. It's like, you have something and something very special and now it's not there, someone not there, you feel some never to come again, feel distress. Radharani is like that. So Vishakha comes out and tells Krishna, absolutely not possible, you cannot go inside, अभी तो सब सब limits cross कर लिया इस बार आपने. So Krishna is very dejected. At that time Purnamasi comes and Purnamasi tells Krishna, I have a solution for you. You go to Vrinda Devi. Vrinda Devi is the Yatra coordinator of Vrindavan. She's the Yatra core group of Vrindavan. She does all the pastime, she takes care of. So she tells Krishna, I have a solution for you. What is your solution? This pastime Gaur Govind Maharaj recites. This pastime. It's not there in Chaitanya Charitamrita or Chaitanya Bhagavat, but Maharaj recites. What solution do you have? I'll tell you. First, you have to change your entire look. Because Srimati Radharani wants nothing to do with black. And you are black. That Baba sings, no, that song is, na, जरा इतना बता दो काना तेरा रंग काला क्यों, तू काला इतना है फिर भी सबसे प्यारा या निराला something. And then Krishna says, मैं काली रात में born हुआ, कालिया नाग पे ऊपर डांस किया और यमुना काले पानी मेरे पे लगा तो मैं काला हूँ. You can put on YouTube. It's a very nice bhajan. Uh, Nothing to do with, no Vaishnav Acharya has written it, but you can, it's Braj song. So she says, first change your skin color and I will do it for you. And she changes Krishna's skin color from black to golden. He's golden color. Why? Because opposite of black. Radharani doesn't want to see you, you're black, opposite of black, you're golden. Then she tells him, ये black hair नहीं चलेगा. वो अंदर, she's breaking down. Look, nothing should resemble you. Nothing should resemble you. Cut off your hair, shave it off. बाल निकाल दिया. Then this pitambari dhoti, not at all. Like in Jaipur, when it was sweet, that every arati they sing different things and fixed thing, and then they have no speaker or mic, and there are like 200 people singing in unison. So throughout the temple you will hear it, but it's 200 people singing together. So in the Shringar Arti, after 15 minutes of Shringar Arti, they sing this one bhajan, which we downloaded the PDF and we also started singing, in which they basically say that, "O Govindji, I have come to take your darshan. I have come to take your darshan, and now what you do is you wear your mukut, and after you wear your mukut, you give me darshan." This is one stanza. And then again, second stanza, "O Govindji, I have come to take your darshan. Now you wear your pitambari dhoti, and after you wear your pitambari dhoti, please give me darshan." And like that, every aspect of Krishna's Shringar they'll sing. Now you wear your earrings, and after you wear your earrings, you please give me darshan. Like that, it just goes on. So we're saying, remove this pitambari, aisa hatao, you become a sannyasi. So you wear saffron, the pitambari dhoti is not. And now you take begging bowl and stick of a sannyasi, and now you come. And when you come, you have to sing this one song. You memorize this song. What is that song? That song is that everyone is searching for love of Krishna. Everyone is searching for love of Krishna. But there is something higher than love of Krishna, and that is the love that Srimati Radharani has for Krishna. So actually, Srimati Radharani's love is the topmost. ऐसे करके she made a song and she made Krishna. When Krishna said, "Okay, I'll memorize it," and then Krishna went. So when Krishna went, Lalita and Vishaka are standing there. Now they are seeing there's some sannyasi has come, and so they they tell the sannyasi, "You can't go inside." No, no, no. I want to just I'll give blessings, and he was singing this song. So when he sang this song, Lalita and Vishaka became very happy, thinking that okay, this Krishna to and he's glorifying Srimati Radharani. And everyone is looking to for love of Krishna, but there's something higher than love of Krishna. That is Srimati Radharani's love for Krishna. Therefore, Radharani's heart and love is the topmost. So they allow her to go inside. Radharani, with her head covered, is standing there, and then they ask her, they ask him, Lita and Vishaka, do you know you are a sannyasi ना आपको हाथ पढ़ना आता होगा astrology आता होगा थोड़ा देखो when Radharani will come out of this. Sometimes people come to us and say, they look at this and they assume you're an astrologer. Pandit ji, कुछ बताएंगे? It happened to Prabhupada once. One person came, Prabhupada, कुछ बताइए. Prabhupada looked at his hand in a train. This was happening in a train. Prabhupada looked at it. Oh, oh. The man is becoming scared, and others are also coming. This person really knows something. And then Prabhupada, then this man, बताइए स्वामी जी क्या है? And Prabhupada said, birth, old age, disease, death. Perfect astrology. सबके पास ये चारों चीज होगी. So he says, Krishna says, in the Krishna who is disguised as a sannyasi. So Lalita Vishaka don't know this is Krishna. He says, I cannot read palm. I can read face. So please Radharani को बोलो अपना face दिखाए. No, no, no. She doesn't show her face to anybody. Only her parents and Krishna and we Sakhis, girls. That's it. See, I'm a sannyasi. I'm harmless. So if you want a solution, please dikhao. So okay, Radharani says, fine, fair enough. Get me out of my misery. As soon as she removed her veil and Krishna looked at her, Krishna's entire disguise went away. His color became black again. His hair came back again, and he became Krishna. And then looking at Krishna is because he's bewildered. It there's this one video of Narsinga pastime somewhere in South India, ISKCON devotees, and where this kid who plays Prahlad, when Narasimha Dev comes, he actually becomes scared, and he starts. You've seen? He starts to cry. So now he's like bewildered, and he's so Krishna looking at Srimati Radharani. He thought I'll never see Srimati Radharani again. I've broken her heart. How much love she has. So now he's seeing Srimati Radharani. His entire disguise goes away, and he's just stunned looking at her, and tears are constantly flowing from his eyes. And that time when Radharani sees that, her heart melts. Her heart melts, and she starts to smile. That okay, he went through all this for me, and her heart melts. And Gorgon Maharaj says, the Acharyas mentioned, and at that time when Radharani's heart melted, Krishna entered her heart and took that potency, and in that Gaur Roop, when he comes, he puts that potency in the holy name. So what is this love of God is that is given in holy name? It is basically Radharani's heart of compassion. Radharani's compassion, which is what leads to love for Krishna. Because of her compassionate heart, she had love for Krishna. And because of her compassionate heart, she would engage all the Sakhis and Manjaris and everybody in Krishna's service. When she would see somebody is able to do some service better than her, she would give up her service and allow them to serve Krishna. And that mood Krishna comes to experience in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving his mercy, that's the mercy of Srimati Radharani. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as Narottam Das Thakur sings, Patita Pavana Prabhu Tava Avatar Mosama Patita Prabhu Na Pai Bear. You are Patit Pavan. You see a fallen person and your mercy is for him. And I am the most fallen. So that mood Mahaprabhu brings with him. And that is why he is Mahavadanyaya. Goswami writes, Namo Mahavadanyaya. Krishna, Mahavadanyaya. You're so magnanimous that you're just indiscriminately giving love for Krishna to everybody. You are so merciful, like Srimati Radharani, that you are giving Krishna to everybody. And only Srimati Radharani can give Krishna because of her merciful heart. So that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is this is what he comes to experience. We'll conclude with this verse. I don't know how we'll chant it. Let's try. This is from Adi Lila, the chapter of the internal reasons why Krishna comes. So they give these are the three reasons why Krishna comes. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vanayaiva Swadyo Yena Bhuta Madhurima Kidrisho Va Madhya Saukyam Chasya Mad Anubhavata Kidrisham Veti Lobhat Tadbhavadya Samajni Sachi Garbha Sindhau Harindu. So these are the three internal reasons. Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes sweetness of his love. The Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi as the moon appeared from the ocean. So, if you read this, the second one, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love. So, Krishna is trying to figure out why people are mad after him. And the only way to figure that out is in the mood of Radharani because there's nobody madder for him than Srimati Radharani. So, as Keshav Maharaj says, if you come up, you can come across a religion where people are in awe and reverence of God. That's fair enough. You can come across a religion in which people are fearful of God. That's also fair enough. When you come across a religion where people are mad after God, that's something special. But when you come across a religion where God is mad after the devotees, this is something alag, something transcendental. So here, Krishna is trying to understand what is so special about him. And he can't do that as Krishna. He can only do that as a devotee. And therefore, basically showing that, boss, you devotees are greater than me. Not we devotees, the pure devotees. Some of you, not me, are greater than Krishna. And the topmost devotee is Srimati Radharani. And so, to experience the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of her love, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appear from the womb of Mother Sachi as the moon appeared from the ocean. And therefore, there is nobody who is more merciful and more magnanimous than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that is why we chant this Panchatattva mantra before we chant the Hare Krishna Maha mantra. Prabhupada said, even if we cannot focus on the Maha mantra, we should try and focus on the Panchatattva mantra and the Lord's mercy is there. And therefore, Kaviraj Goswami says, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Daya Karaha Vichar Vichar Karite Chitta Pave Chamatkar. If you are indeed interested in logic and argument, kindly apply to the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you do so, you will find it to be strikingly wonderful. Sri Chaitanya Daya Kara Vichar. Just think of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Vichar Karite Chitta Pave Chamatkar. When you will think of the mercy of Krishna, of Mahaprabhu, you will realize wow, this is amazing. They're saying no, that Lord Chaitanya's moon is rising. It's not at all surprising that we're chanting in the streets, telling everyone we meet, we're going home. So it's amazing. This is Mahaprabhu's mercy. So we are so fortunate. We should feel a lot of gratitude. If you remember, we did that gratitude. Did anyone do it afterwards, after that day? Ever did it again? Two, three, four. Very good. Five, six. Wonderful. Uh, let's do it now again. You take a minute now. You open your notebook or you open your mobile phone. Think of Lord Chaitanya's mercy, and you think of something that you are grateful for. But what were the three rules you remember? One was it has to be specific, not I am grateful for everything. You hear before you start writing. Everyone is, I don't think you're writing, you're just checking WhatsApp. It should be specific. My dear Lord, I am thankful to you for this. It should be recent. Try for something today or maximum yesterday. In last 48 hours, something specific in the last 48 hours that you are grateful for. And what was the third one? Why are we grateful for that? Why are we grateful? So something specific, something recent, and answering the question why. Please start. It can be multiple also. You don't have to just think of one thing. Something specific, something very recent, 24 hours, 48 hours. And why are we grateful to Krishna? Why are we grateful to Mahaprabhu for it? Yeah. Done? Done. I am grateful for my exams going well. Punar, I am grateful. History. Okay, history? History will be history soon. All right. So, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Daya Kara Vichar. You remember the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Vichar karite chitta pave chamatkar. And we feel astonished. So, this exercise of gratitude is to remind us because our mind is tuned in negativity. It's tuned in negativity. It's always tuned to see the problems that we have, even in our devotional life, as we discussed last time. We will think of the issues in my spiritual life, the issues with devotees, the issues with whatever, the issues this, that. And because of that, we forget the good things that are also happening in my spiritual life or even in my material life. Therefore, we can do this regularly. You can even do it every day. Think of some things that you are grateful to Krishna for, that you are grateful to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for, that are specific, that are recent, and that answer the question why. Why am I grateful? And it should not be thank you for everything. Thank you for everything means thank you for nothing. बोलना है करना है. Thank you for everything. Okay, so in this way, let us keep thinking of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and take shelter of Shravan and Kirtan, and then distribute this to others, and thus get more and more mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let's conclude how we started. Katanchana smiteryasmin duskaram sukaram bhave smrite viparitam syat Sri Chaitanya namamitam. Things that are very difficult to obtain become easy when we somehow or the other remember Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Easy things become difficult when we forget Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I offer my respectful obeisances. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki. Prabhupada writes, may the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of Lord Chaitanya bestow His causeless mercy upon us. His smiling glance at once drives away all the bereavements of the world, and His very words enliven the auspicious creepers of devotion by expanding their leaves. Taking shelter of His lotus feet, invokes transcendental love of God at once. Srila Prabhupada ki, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Shri Gaur Purnima Maha Mahotsav ki, Samveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. So Friday is gone.